Hello and welcome to another video from the greatest trout on YouTube, the Savage Trout, and it is episode 14 of my F1 2013 career mode. We're getting the ball rolling with this once again, or the car's rolling. Anyway, so I mean, I'm hoping to kind of close up this career mode relatively soon, as I'm hoping to get Grid Autosport and MotoGP 14 career modes going when they come out, which is pretty soon now. I'm also debating whether I should go on MotoGP or I should go on PS4 for the MotoGP game. But yeah, you'll probably see quite a lot more F1 2013 career mode videos coming out together now, since my exams are over and whatnot. And after the disaster of Singapore, we've bounced back pretty well. We actually remembered to put a setup on for this race, which is always good. And it was so close in qualifying. Sadly, I slightly messed up qualifying 2, so I had to use 2 options, which basically put me at a disadvantage for the last qualifying session, and I barely missed out on pole position, 1/10 off my teammate Fernando Alonso, not even a tenth behind Vettel. It was about 0.04 of a second. Rosberg was about 2/10 off me. There's about 3/10 separating the top 6, so it's clearly going to be another close race here, which will affect the championship. Button, of course, down in 11th, but not really too many surprises in the grid, to be frankly honest. It's more about the race and wondering if we can get our first win around here. We're starting on the option tyres. There is the strategy. Going on lap 5 for primes. We're going to get this race underway now, and I really do think I have a good chance of winning this race. This isn't exactly my best track, but I've always done pretty well around here, to be fair. So I kind of fancy my chances in a way here, because there's long straights, and knowing my starts, I could get a nice slipstream and take a few people. If you remember, I made those amazing passes in my league race last season on AOR at the start of that race. So I mean, if I could repeat that here, it would be ideal, but I've got to make less places up. But this is a big race for the championship as well. I need to regain points on Webber in this rivalry battle, but it's all about the front here. And the 5 lights are out and we're away, and we've got a brilliant start compared to Vettel and Alonso. Can we take the lead round the outside of turn 1? I think Rosberg's got a good start there. We'll try to go clean around the outside, but we've run wide. We've got Paul run out of the corner. Alonso's retaken the lead, and we're back down to 3rd. And Rosberg has got a brilliant start here. Vettel is very slow down the straight. He's almost forced me into the wall there, but we've taken Vettel there. And look how slow Alonso's going down the straight. We're going to go to the inside on our teammate. We're going up the inside. And can we make it stick? Yes, we can. We're into the lead. Fantastic start. It wasn't the best first corner. We tried to go clean round the outside. It just didn't work. And my voice is absolutely dead after that. I apologise if my commentary is a bit off in this race and I'm not speaking as much. Just simply because got a bit of a sore throat, and also I've been staying up for a lot of World Cup games recently. So this should be an interesting race. So if I make some mistakes, it's probably down to me being tired. But we're hoping to not do that and to seal the race win here. And it's a perfect start, as me, Alonso and Vettel have broken away a bit, and I noticed in qualifying that once we get past this point at the track, I was so much quicker. I mean, ridiculously quicker in the last sector compared to the AI. They were able to keep up with me in the first sector, but once I got into the last sector, it was just, I was miles ahead. And look at that, I've already opened up well, actually I didn't open up much of a gap there, but I mean, I expect to be strong in that last section. It might help me with the DRS as well. But looks like my rival Webber's got a pretty poor start there. I think he's lost a couple of positions off the start, so that's not ideal for him. Yeah, he's down to 8. He started 6, so that's good for me. I might even be able to recover all the points that I lost in Singapore if it stays like this. But that's not the greatest first corner again, and Alonso is sticking to me much more than I expected here, and he might even be going for a move down the straight. As it looks like the front 4 have broken away. Hamilton, I'm guessing, is in 5th. He's kind of dropped off a bit. Let's go around the corner there. Normally the tyres go off pretty quickly around here, so I expect to be struggling around lap 5. I mean, look at those tyres already. They're not exactly in perfect shape at all. It's not going to help Alonso either, as Alonso went very slow through there. In fact, has he? No, he hasn't lost a wing, and that's just forced me to run wide because I was looking backwards. That wasn't ideal. So I probably squandered the chance to get away there. But that has really brought the pack closer together again. I'm not quite sure why Alonso is going so slowly, but now I've made the mistake. It's really a battle joined between everybody now, as I've got ferociously on the curb there. Almost threw us off out wide. I'm not quite getting away as much as I would have thought in this last sector and the last few corners of this track. Oh man! I'm going to have to use a flashback there. That's me being a noob. And we've just used a flashback halfway through in the corner. That's not going to help me either. Good lord. And that's what I was saying about me being tired and making mistakes. That was very Singapore-esque. And Mark Webber would have been laughing in his skin. And oh my Jesus. We've not had a nice car through there. A lot of understeer, and Alonso's right on the back of us now. This has been a disastrous lap. It's just been absolutely disastrous. And Alonso's having a look down here, so bit of a noob move by me there, using the flashback. I think it's only the second time I've used one this, well, actually third time I've used one this season, but I think that's the first time I've used it where it wasn't just really. I just used it to help myself. As we run down to the hairpin now, as seems like Rosberg's dropped off Alonso for whatever reason. And yeah, it is looks like Webber might have got back up to 7th there potentially, but it's not been the best of starts here. We're going to have to fight to keep our lead, especially if anyone goes for any undercuts or something, or if we lose out in the pits, which is entirely possible knowing this career mode. Yeah, I would have liked to have got away after that great start, but it's just not happened. And look at those tyres. It's going to be. I'm going to struggle on lap 5 here. And for whatever reason, I'm really struggling with that section in the race. I was nailing it in qualifying, and I just cannot get it right in the race at the moment. I think the problem that I've had in this race is just I haven't been good enough through the last sector, where I've been dominant the whole weekend so far. It's just been very poor from me there, and I'm right up on the curb there. Bit overzealous there. And yeah, Webber is up to 7th, so we get a bit of wheel spin there. The DRS will be deployed down here, and we might have a few troubles defending here. Although we didn't really have too many problems last time, and it actually looks like Rosberg is more on the tail of Alonso than Alonso is to me, and Grosjean sets the fastest lap though. That's interesting, as we're quite a bit off that pace at the moment, to be fair. Don't really know how he's done that, considering he's on worn tyres, unless he's had to pit or something, but interesting to see, as we've not done too badly in the first sector. They're not really had much pressure on us, as it looks like front 5 have just pulled away a bit here, kind of what you would have expected maybe, but it has happened. Probably because I think it looks like a Lotus back in 6th, so that might be Grosjean just settling off a bit there, as we've opened up a bit of a gap there. Can we nail this section for once? It looks like Webber's going to catch up 6, and I wouldn't be surprised if he at least gets 6 there, and maybe joins us up at the front if he goes as fast as he did in Singapore. And there we go. That's a bit better from me in the last sector here. We've hit the apexes nicely, but Alonso's still sticking right with us. He's really not giving us much breathing room here. He really is putting pressure on us as we've opened up a bit of a gap there. Probably the nicest gap we've had in the whole race so far, as we also set our fastest lap there. But the pace is pretty relentless at the moment. I mean, the fastest lap a couple of laps ago was 42.3, and I mean, we're all saying still, we're all pretty much in the high 42s or mid 42s here, so it really is relentless. As it's going to be my last lap on these tyres. They're not looking perfect, but who really expected them to be perfect, to be honest? I'm probably not doing Alonso much of a favour here either, because I think he would love to be in front of me in terms of the championship, because I mean, I think he's 12 points behind Vettel now, who's leading the championship. If he were to win and Vettel was in 4th, then that would put him top, I believe. So I do wonder if there's going to be team orders here. Are we going to get Robert Fernando is faster than you, or Trout Fernando is faster than you, or just Fernando is faster than you? I'm not even saying my name, but I don't know if I'd let him through. Maybe it is a good idea to let him through. Maybe I should keep good as a team, especially after I could be under a bit of pressure here, because the teammates wanted me to finish 11th or above in qualifying, so they're obviously losing a bit of hope in me here, especially after that Singapore crash. So a win would be nice here as well, considering we've had a DNF with Ferrari now, as we're getting a bit out of shape round there, but I mean, it's been okay in this stint. Slightly cut the grass there as Alonso stays out. Hamilton pits, I believe, and also one of the, I'm pretty sure it's Sebastian Vettel, so I believe Alonso and Rosberg have stayed out. And luckily we haven't got held up there either. Nice 3.1 stop, and it looks like Vettel, actually no, well, Vettel was ahead of Hamilton anyway, but I think Hamilton got slightly held up there in the pits by a Sauber coming in, as that's worked out very nicely for us there. Look at that, because Sutil is there, and then you've got like, all those runners still out, and I believe Vettel might have got stuck behind them. So and Hamilton, of course. So that's going to shake things up a bit. Looks like it's all getting a bit feisty. Oh no, Vettel has cleared them, but it looks like mayhem behind, and I don't think Hamilton's going to have too much fun with that at all. So we've just got to put a decent outlap in here now to make sure we can keep ahead of Fernando, as this is where it's going to start spacing out a bit, I feel, and we're going to see who can really get the win. And we're in a very strong position at the moment, to say the least. I do wonder how close Alonso and Rosberg are together, but Perez is definitely holding on to 4th place there as well, as it stands. Webber's got a nice gap to those pit positions as well. He'll be hoping he avoids that train if they don't pit this lap, which I would think they would be, but they might all be on primes or something. Not too bad through that section. Be nice if we could get fastest lap here. I mean, we haven't been able to get a pole position yet, but a race win and a fastest lap would be very nice, as the cars are in the pits now, and looks like we're going to retain the lead here. Yes, there is Alonso coming out of the pits now, and this is looking very, very good for Ferrari here. I've opened up my gap by about a second there, and it looks like me and Fernando could be heading towards a comfortable 1-2 here. Are we going to have Hockenheim 2010 all over again here, though? I doubt we will, unless Codemasters have scripted in an amazing moment. It looks like it's the two Mercedes chasing Vettel. This is crucial for Vettel here, because it is very crucial, because if he needs to keep ahead of those two Mercedes, especially Lewis Hamilton. If he can gain points on Hamilton here, and also restrict the loss to Alonso to only 3 points, that is absolutely crucial for him in the championship. Which also does bring about the point whether I should let Alonso through, because this really is the second time we've been in this position. Exact same position in Monza where I was ahead of Alonso, but of course that was for second and third. This is for a much bigger prize. Webber's still in sixth by looks like, and being heavily pressured by a car behind. In fact, two cars behind. Don't really look like Alonso's pressuring me too much at the moment. If I can just keep this 2-second gap going, then it'll be a nice comfortable drive to the end. But he needs to avoid getting pulled into DRS by Vettel as well here, otherwise there's a risk of losing the 1-2 here for Ferrari. And I do wonder, oh hello, we've just set the fastest lap, that's very, very nice. I do wonder if anyone's going to beat me to it though. It wouldn't surprise me if someone like Hamilton put in a fastest lap or something. Yeah, Vettel completely blows everyone out of the water, and now I believe he's in DRS of Alonso. So this is a big race for the championship because I'm storming ahead, gaining points on the points that I lost to Webber. But the cars behind battling, and it's going to be crucial in the championship for those guys. As it really looks like me and Vettel are the ones that are flying in this race. It really has been me, Alonso and Vettel that have been the quickest guys all weekend here. Look at that, we've gained a second there and we really are in our element now. Vettel is all over Alonso, so the more and more we watch this, the more and more it looks like I'm going to coast to the win here. Unless something dramatic happens and we go out of the race Rosberg style by conking out or something. The last thing, of course, we would want for Alonso is to have another issue with the car, because hopefully that's not happening. Hopefully that's why he's not losing time, because we have seen many problems for Alonso this season in terms of reliability at Catalonia and Malaysia, and also Spa. So it'd be slightly sad if that comes to haunt him again, and he really is getting reeled in by Vettel here. And to be honest, even if I did let Alonso through, I'd probably be right up behind him. So I mean, I think it was good that I went for the win in this race, and we might get fastest lap here. No, only when a tenth's quicker. Looks like Vettel's lap might just be good enough for the fastest lap unless I put a corker in the next few. These tyres are holding up pretty nicely after a couple of laps as well. And I do fear for Fernando here. He's going to be put under immense pressure. But this has been a perfect race so far. I mean, apart from that flashback, I'm a bit frustrated that I use that flashback now. Otherwise, this would have looked like the perfect drive, really. But this second half of the stint has been great so far. We've just absolutely eked out our lead, and it's almost 4 seconds now. Don't know whether Fernando's having a problem, but he's certainly not on the pace at all at the moment. He's opened up a bit of a gap to Vettel there, though, so maybe that's a bit of good news. We're probably going to have to go to our standard in a minute. We've been pushing quite hard in the early stages of this stint to try and get fastest lap and just e-car advantage out here, but last couple of laps we'll probably have to put the fuel down a bit as the cars behind us all scrap for the final podium positions. Take that very nicely. And now it is 4 seconds, and looks like Alonso has managed to we've run wide a bit there. That's cost us any chance of getting fastest lap on this lap, but he's got a 1.2 advantage, so maybe the 1-2 is on the cards again here, as we still almost set our fastest lap there. I reckon I could have got fastest lap if it didn't run wide. A bit out of sorts through there again, but really the race winning moment was that overtake at the start in the end. I mean, I think I did well in the end, because I mean, I thought I might have lost a chance to take the lead at the start when around wide, but I mean, Alonso was just so slow down that straight, he just got completely out-dragged by me, and it was a perfect overtake, really. Clean up the inside of your teammate. It was textbook. As we've run slightly wide there onto the marbles, that's not going to help me. Probably first big mistake of the race, except for that crash with the flashback. But again, Alonso's looking a bit slow again because Vettel's right back onto the back of him here, and we managed to take 2/10 out of him as well. Although I doubt that's going to stay, considering I ran wide. If it does, then you know Alonso's struggling. I don't know what's happened behind, but also looks like the Mercedes have maybe got into a bit of a tangle there as they've dropped off the back of Vettel a bit. The last thing they can afford is to be tripping over each other when they're both in desperate need of points. Especially, well, both of them really need points because Rosberg's had a mare in terms of races in the last few. I mean, he's had the DNF at Monza, and he finished, I think, 15th in Singapore or 14th. I mean, it really hasn't been a good last couple of races for him. And we're going to go down to lean here because we've gone down to -1 as we have 4 laps remaining here, as it's a 3.5 advantage. It's Rosberg still in 4th, and I mean, they're completely out of touch here. And Vettel, you would think, is going to go for the move down here, surely, as we're going to go back into standard now. But sadly, this has been a quiet race. I was hoping that maybe my first race win might be a bit more dramatic, and it almost was in Spa, but I mean, this has still been a solid drive. I mean, Korea doesn't always bring up the most interesting races, so maybe you kind of expected it to be boring if I was going to win, but although Alonso, saying that, is really catching me a bit here, we're going a bit off the boil, and despite Alonso being pressurised by Vettel, he's got the gap down a bit. We need to be just a bit careful here. We can't afford to slip into DRS range. But if we do take this win out, it is very big because, I mean, the next race is Japan, a track that I love even more than this track. And I mean, I was looking at Japan for my first win, and now it looks like we're going to get it in Korea. So maybe we can just take 2 wins on the bounce here, because Japan is a very strong race of mine if it doesn't rain, of course. But I might even be able to win in the rain. But that could be a big race for the championship as well, as again Alonso takes time out of me. So Alonso's also can come alive a bit in this last half of the race, or maybe it's just my tyre wear and me going a bit slower, but it's not been the quickest lap from me here, but we do only have 3 laps to go, and Alonso's going to have to do something pretty special to get back on terms with me, as we've kept the gap nicely there in the last sector. And again, Hamilton can't get past Rosberg. You would think that maybe if this was a proper game, then Hamilton might pass Rosberg under team orders or something for the championship, but that is not happening at the moment. This is a big race for me. I mean, it looked like I was down and out after Singapore in terms of the rivalry against Mark Webber. We are right back into that now if we hold out for this win. And this is a momentous occasion if we can hold it here. If you remember, Ferrari won the very first race around Korea in 2010 with Fernando Alonso, and quite a few years later I'm going to take my first ever win in a Ferrari, my first win of the season here by the looks of it, as Alonso's gapped Vettel a bit there as well. So this is really looking like it could be a 1-2 because Vettel just hasn't had the killer instinct to make the pass here, which is good for us here. This really has died down a bit, this race. There really hasn't been much. Run slightly wide through there. That's going to help Alonso a bit in terms of trying to catch me up as we run slightly on the grass. It's now down to 2 seconds. So Alonso just, I don't know how he's found this pace in the second half of the stint, but he has. But apart from that, there really has not been much to comment on, to be honest. It's just been a relatively Sunday drive by me, as we've done a 42.9 there, and we've gained time on Alonso as well. So that's a double whammy as we get a slight bit of wheel spin out of there. And Hamilton's still pressuring Rosberg back there, and if they're not careful, Webber's going to pass both of them, which won't help me at all. But so as it stands, it looks like Vettel's going to take still going to have a 9-point lead over Fernando Alonso. Fernando Alonso's going to take second place, and Hamilton's going to lose out pretty badly. Although it looks like the Mercedes are having a bit of a scrap back there for 4th place. So that could change things for the championship there as well. As, it's now down to 1.6 between me and Alonso. I really do need to be careful here that he doesn't take advantage of me being relatively slow, as we've not taken those corners too nicely either, and he might get within a second here. I don't know where Alonso has found this pace from in the last couple of laps, but he's completely pulled away from Sebastian Vettel, as all of our tyres are dying, and Alonso just seems to have clicked into gear. And look at this, he's right up behind us now, and all of a sudden I'm slightly worried about throwing this away. Surely I can't throw this away after pretty much dominating the whole race. But look at this, I mean, I've still got a very nice gap to Vettel, 2.4. Alonso's just come from out of nowhere. And we could have a bit of a fight on our hands for first place here on the last lap. I don't know where he's come from. I mean, he's been there all race, but I mean, I did not expect this all of a sudden. Hamilton has got fourth now. That's big for the championship as well. Vettel, I believe, will gain it. Well, Vettel will gain a couple of points on him, and I believe Alonso and Hamilton might be joint on points after this race if it stays how it is. The team, this could have shades of Austria 2002. Maybe I'll let him throw on the line. I don't know. But Alonso is not going to be quick enough down the straight to pass me here, and we've hit the hairpin relatively nicely there. Do I let Alonso through? It's debatable, really. But it's virtually the same situation here as Monza, as I said, because Alonso didn't really threaten me for the first half of the stint in that race, and then all of a sudden, last couple of laps, he just put me under immense pressure as my tyres went off, and he just seemed to click into life. I don't know what it is with Alonso, but he just, every time he seems to just get quicker as the race goes on, which is pretty odd. And I mean, maybe Alonso's going to be a bit frustrated that he doesn't take out the win here, considering he was on pole position. And we are really struggling with the tyre wear here, and we really do need to be careful to not make a mistake, as it looks like Hamilton's on the back of Vettel, so Vettel having similar problems to me with the tyre wear here on the last few corners now, and it looks like we're just going to be able to hold Alonso off here. And we're coming round here. We better not run wide. That would have put us under immense pressure. But we are coming round the final corners now. It's not been my greatest drive. Alonso's looked strong, but we are going to take the victory. It's my first victory of the season. Fantastic result. It's a 1-2 for Ferrari as well. And Webber was down in 6th. We managed to finish first. Absolutely fantastic result. And, Hamilton almost had Sebastian Vettel there as well. So very, very close. Any DNFs? Yes, Pastor Maldonado DNF'd. That's quite comical, to be fair. Not too many surprise results in there, to be frankly honest. So really, I mean, it was career. I mean, it's quite difficult to put a surprise result off here, but very close in the fastest laps there as well. Me and Alonso almost having identical fastest laps, with Vettel taking it in the end. But that is promising for the championship. And let's look at the championship now. 101 points off Sebastian Vettel now. Maybe there's still hope of winning the championship. But look at that, 10 points separating the top 3 now. That's even less than it was before this race. Looks like it is a 3-horse race now. There's no way back into it. That also looks like we might be able to get Rosberg as well here. We really are catching him. And we've also brought it a bit closer to Webber as well. We are now exactly 40 points behind him. So still going to be a tough job, but it's doable. And look at that. Red Bull not having the greatest day for the constructors, and that has helped us out majorly in the constructors. Maybe me and Alonso can get Ferrari to the constructors championship, the first time they will have won it since 2008, I believe. So that'd be a great result if that happened. But let's just see the celebrations here before we end the video. And I really do hope this has gone perfectly with the audio and everything. And here we go. Look at that. We're celebrating. There we are. First victory of the season. First ever victory in a career mode with Ferrari. Absolutely ecstatic. And there's Alonso. He might be a bit annoyed that I didn't let him through, but we'll take the victory anyway. So, thank you for watching this video. We've got our first win. Fantastic result. And goodbye.